Hello, my name is Fiona, and I am a certified teacher and a Praxis coach with Study.com. Are you planning to take the Social Studies exam? This is Praxis test code 5086. Praxis 5086 is a multi-subject exam. This problem set covers the subtopic of world history. Let's review the types of questions you may encounter on the exam. Let's jump right in. Problem number 1. The Mongol invasions had a significant impact on which of the following aspects of the Eurasian civilization? The decline of feudalism, the rise of democratic institutions, the establishment of trade routes, or the spread of Christianity. The Mongol invasions significantly impacted Eurasian civilization, but not through the decline of feudalism, the rise of democratic institutions, or the spread of Christianity. The decline of feudalism in Europe was influenced more by internal factors, such as the Black Death, economic changes, and the rise of centralized monarchies, rather than directly by the Mongol invasions. The rise of democratic institutions was unrelated to Mongol influence and emerged much later due to Enlightenment ideas and philosophical developments. Additionally, the spread of Christianity was not significant. The Mongols practiced religious tolerance and allowed various religions to coexist without actively promoting Christianity. The correct and significant impact of the Mongol invasions was the establishment of extensive trade routes, known as the Pax Mongolica. This period of stability and security facilitated safe and efficient trade between the East and the West, leading to significant cultural and technological exchanges and profoundly influencing the economic and cultural landscapes of the connected regions. Therefore, the establishment of trade routes is the correct answer. Problem number 2. Which of the following describes a significant economic motivation for European exploration and colonization between 1200 and 1750 CE? The desire for new trade routes to Asia, the desire to spread Christianity, a surplus of goods in Europe, or the development of new naval technologies. Although the desire to spread Christianity, a surplus of goods in Europe, and the development of new naval technology each played roles in motivating European exploration and colonization between 1200 and 1750 CE, they were not the primary economic drivers. The desire to spread Christianity was significant but secondary, as many explorers and colonizers sought to convert indigenous populations more for religious and cultural reasons than economic ones. Europe did not experience a surplus of goods. Rather, it faced shortages of luxury items and spices, driving the need to find new sources and direct trade routes to acquire these highly valued and scarce commodities. While advancements in naval technology, such as improved ship designs and navigational tools, facilitated longer and more efficient voyages, these innovations were not an economic motivation in themselves, but rather enablers of exploration. The critical economic motivation was the desire for new trade routes to Asia. European nations sought direct access to Asian markets to bypass intermediaries and capitalize on the lucrative spice trade and other exotic goods, which promised substantial economic benefits. Therefore, the desire for new trade routes to Asia is the correct answer here. Problem number 3. Which of the following would be considered a major economic consequence of the First World War? The Treaty of Versailles' demand for reparations from Germany, the onset of the Great Depression, the establishment of the League of Nations, or the global shift from agrarian to industrial economies. The First World War had several profound impacts, but not all the commonly cited effects were primarily economic. The onset of the Great Depression, although a major global economic disaster, occurred over a decade after the war and was influenced by multiple complex factors beyond the war itself, such as stock market speculation and banking failures. The establishment of the League of Nations was a significant political development aimed at maintaining peace and preventing future conflicts, but it did not directly impact the global economy. The global shift from agrarian to industrial economies was more of a long-term trend accelerated by industrialization during and after the war, rather than a direct consequence of the conflict. However, the major economic consequence of the First World War was the Treaty of Versailles' demand for reparations from Germany. This demand placed a heavy financial burden on Germany, leading to severe economic distress, hyperinflation, and political instability, which had ripple effects across Europe and contributed to long-term economic challenges. Therefore, this is the correct answer. Problem number 4. Cooperation between European nations in the post-World War II era resulted in the abolition of all national borders within Europe, led to the formation of the European Union, led to the creation of a unified European military force, or resulted in the establishment of a single European currency. Cooperation between European nations in the post-World War II era led to several significant developments. The abolition of all national borders within Europe did not occur. While the Schengen Agreement did allow for passport-free travel across many European countries, national borders remained in place. The creation of a unified European military force was proposed and discussed, but it never materialized due to varying national interests and priorities within the member states. The establishment of a single European currency, the euro, was a significant achievement, but it did not encompass all European nations, with some countries choosing to retain their own currencies. The correct and most notable result of post-World War II cooperation was the formation of the European Union. This political and economic union, established by the Maastricht Treaty in 1993, facilitated deeper integration and cooperation amongst its member states, promoting economic growth, political stability, and social progress across Europe. So this is the correct answer. I hope I was able to clarify the subtopic of world history for the Praxis 5086 Social Studies exam. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel so that with Study.com's help, you will feel confident and prepared on exam day. Bye for now.